a little sneak peek into the astrology of the coming year because we're getting there. We've just gone into Scorpio season. We're going to be done with 2021 in a couple of short months. So I wanted to let you know before I go much further, I want to let you know that I'm streaming this on Zoom as well, which means I can't see you guys' comments on Facebook as I'm speaking. But please do feel free to comment and I will hop in afterwards and answer any questions that you have and respond to any comments that you have as we go. So that's what's happening. And let's look ahead a little bit to 2022. Why don't you tell me in the comments what you are most excited about in leaving 2021 behind? It's been another big year astrologically. We've been dealing with the Saturn-Uranus square, remembering that Saturn is our life structures and Uranus is sudden change. So we've been sitting in this place of indecision with so many areas of our lives this year. And the good news is we are going to be moving ahead. I think you may even be starting to feel it now, but definitely between now and December, you'll be starting to feel that you can finally move ahead on some of the areas of life that have been stalled out and some of the things that have just been up in the air and feel like they keep shifting and changing. So we are still going to be dealing with a powerful energy of change in 2022, but it's going to have a different flavor than the last 2 years have had. So when we look to a year ahead in astrology, we think about what sign is Jupiter in, because he does change signs pretty regularly each year and spends about a year in each sign. So he really influences the mood, the energy, the style and the vibe of that year for all of us. So we look to Jupiter and what he's doing. And then of course, we'll look to see if there's any major outer planet transits. So our big slow moving teacher planets, what are they doing in the coming year that might mark the big beginnings or endings of cycles? Of course, we've had some dramatic ones in the last 2 years. So when we look at 2022, the hallmark of 2022 is Jupiter in Pisces. So Jupiter has been in Saturn-ruled signs for the last couple of years, Capricorn and Aquarius, where Jupiter, who is our wisdom and our expansion, the places where we can grow, and the way we move forward in our lives and experience benevolence and good luck. That energy has been inhibited by being in the structured and I think inhibited is a good word for what that Saturnian energy can be like sometimes. It's important for our lives to be structured, but too much Saturn can feel like we're being constrained. So of course, the last couple of years have had that energy. Now, as Jupiter moves on out of Saturn-ruled signs and into his own rulership of Pisces, his nocturnal rulership of Pisces, we had a little preview of this in the summer, right? When you might have felt like you could dream your dreams again. And we're going to be moving more fully into that in 2022. Jupiter and Pisces. Pisces being the last sign of the zodiac, the omega, right? The place where everything comes to dissolve and renew itself. Pisces, water, the waters of the great cosmic ocean. Pisces is the spiritual, the mystical, the poetic, the dream realms, where we create from and where we dream into and where we come to dissolve into oneness. So Jupiter, our wisdom, our expansion, coming home to his home sign of Pisces, the poet and mystic. And so that's the energy that Jupiter is bringing to the year. And also, he is having a meetup with our outermost planet, Neptune, who has been in Pisces, of course, for many years now. But Jupiter meets up with Neptune only once every 13 years. So this is the end and the beginning of a big 13-year cycle in your life around dreaming and renewal and the dreams that you dream for your life. So that transit is exact in April of 2022, but the orb is big. So what does that mean? That means we're going to be feeling it for the whole year. that sense of dreaminess, the Neptunian mist, a trip into the fairy realms and the other world. It's Neptune brings that energy of losing ourselves, for better or worse. So we have Jupiter at home in Pisces, meeting up with Neptune, who by modern rulership is also at home in Pisces, right? It's a dreamy year. And it's a historic year. And it's a very different energy, flavor, and mood than the last 2 years have been. But still a year of change and on some levels disruption. Although I think we'll see some of the structural disruption of the last couple of years continuing, but it's going to, again, have a different flavor just because of the very powerful, mutable Piscean component. So you can figure out how this is going to affect you in your own life by looking to the Pisces house or houses in your chart, and specifically the degree of 24 degrees Pisces, so late mutable. Of course, there are other things that influence our experience of the astrological year. What sign the nodes are in, and they're moving into Taurus, Scorpio. That affects how the eclipses show up in our lives, and that's in May and November of next year. We also have some interesting action with Mars, our planet of activity and vital force, coming up in 2022. It's a rich, dreamy, and active year. This was just a little taste, a little tidbit of what's ahead for you. And I'm going to go more deeply and fully into this in my annual Year Ahead workshop. That's happening at the beginning of December. And I have a early bird discount on that experience that's available until the end of this month. So just for a few more days. I've dropped the link into the description, and I'll drop it into the comments after I get off the air. But this is not only a workshop, but it gives you access to my live calls, my live monthly calls for the whole year of 2022. So I do a live monthly Q&A. So when you sign up for this workshop, you're also getting access to being able to check in with me, get some answers and coaching, and a chance to ask questions with me every month of the year throughout this big, dreamy, active year of 2022. So it's a really good deal and a really great way to have access to me and the information that I offer on a personal basis throughout the year. And what we do in that workshop is you get a week ahead of the workshop, you get my recorded forecast, which is a 1 hour breakdown of all of the transits of 2022 and the moons and the eclipses and how they're going to affect us. And then during you'll have a chance to watch that before the live workshop. Then during the workshop, we actually do workshop our own calendars. And I help you to figure out how those transits that we learned about together are going to land in your life and your chart. And I help you to prepare for that. So it is actually a workshop where you get to engage with the material and set yourself up and set your calendar up for a really great year ahead. So Neptune and Jupiter getting together for the first time in 13 years, getting together for the first time in Pisces since I have this written down, 1856 was the last time they got together in Pisces. So it is a historic transit. And I can't wait to dig into that deeper with you and talk to you about how it's going to land in your chart. So drop your questions into the comments. After I get off the air, I will come in and chat with you there in the comments and give you the link to sign up for the workshop. Thank you so much for being here. Lots of love to you. Happy Venus Day.